there friends, it's Kate and welcome back to my channel, Golden State Educate. So excuse me while I multitask here, but it is Friday. It is about 7:40. I got here at 7:30 this morning, which is really good for me. I feel like for some reason this year, I just can't make it happen. I live close to school. I live about like 5 minutes down the street from my school this year. And I thought that because I lived close, I was going to be getting here like super early and being super productive and like, you know, seizing the day or whatever. And no, that has not happened. I literally have been getting here like 20 minutes before the kids come, and then running around like a legitimate chicken with my head cut off. So it hasn't been cute, but that's okay. You know, that's just how it is sometimes. And I am attempting to get my life together because I really haven't posted on Instagram. I haven't posted on YouTube. I have been like completely inactive on social media for the last like month, to be honest, and I feel terrible. You know, this year I am teaching a grade that I love. Second grade is one of my favorite grades. I feel so passionately about it. And, you know, I have a lot of fun ideas and we've been doing so many fun things, but at the same time, it's just been so different because I had so much time last year to post on Instagram and edit videos, and this year I just like don't have the time because I'm so busy and just kind of enjoying the present moment and enjoying my life. But at the same time, I do love sharing, I do love connecting with all of you guys, and I do love posting on Instagram and YouTube. So I'm trying to get somewhat of a balance here. Now that it is I think it's the 10th week or the 11th week of school. We have 2 weeks left until the end of our first trimester. So it's just been such a crazy time over here. It's like a mix between, sorry, I feel like I'm talking so fast. I feel like it's been a mix between of me trying to do like fun fall stuff, but then also there's like so much stuff that we need to learn and so much stuff that we have to do before our first report card. So it's definitely been a little bit of this, a little bit of that, all over the place, but we are making it work. We're getting it together. Right now I am making a craft. We honestly have done like hardly any crafts this year just because, again, I haven't really figured out a way to like incorporate them with second grade. But yeah, there's so many standards in second grade that we do and cover. And sometimes, like I tell them when they moan and complain, sometimes school is just school. Like, I feel like that's been my favorite thing to say recently, just because, you know, I try to do the fun stuff, I incorporate the fun stuff, and this is gonna be a really good vlog because we're actually doing quite a bit of fun things today. But sometimes, if you're a teacher, you know, sometimes it's not always Instagram worthy, sometimes it's not always post worthy, sometimes it's just school, and that is okay. But I thought this would be a super fun activity for us. We have been working on opinion writing. We are actually finishing our writing today, so I'm really excited to show that to you guys and just walk you through our first writer's workshop process. So our opinion for the first writer's workshop and the first big writing that we did was skunks, and do you think a skunk would be a good pet, yes or no? It was really cute because I took a poll of what they thought, and I believe the majority of students had initially said no, and then only a couple students said yeah, it could be a good pet. And now that we did our writing, only 2 people said that it would not be a good pet, and everyone else changed their mind and they said that it would be a good pet. So we have done so much with our writer's workshop process. Again, I'll try to catch you guys up at the end of the day for what we've been doing, but all has been well over here in our little second grade bubble. I want to know how things have been going for you. I know that this year has kind of ended up being really, really difficult for a lot of people. I feel super lucky because last year was definitely a lot harder for me than this year has been. So I do feel lucky in that department. But let me know how you're doing. teachers have things like randomly go missing, because I have seriously lost so many of these cards, like the times and like the actual cards. Like I'm missing my music one, I'm missing my PE one, I'm missing our Friday free choice one, like, and I've even looked like behind here and like to figure out where they've went, but I have no idea where they went. So let me know, comment down below if things just go missing in your class all the time. So in addition to our little skunk craft, we're also doing a math the room, or like a write the room but with math. And it's just cute little Halloween cards. I got these for like $1.50 on TBT, so I will have them linked down below. Our focus has been just place value. Place value, if you're a second grade teacher, you know that place value is like all we do in second grade. So we are just doing a review before we jump into the second half of our module. So we have just been doing expanded form, word form, unit form, base 10 form. So I am going to laminate these right now, cut them out, and then put them around the room for the kiddos to work on today. Hi friends, so we made it to plan time. I love my plan time on Fridays because it's right after recess. So they go to recess for 30 minutes and then they go to PE for like 50 minutes. And I have like a lot of time in here. So my goal, at least moving forward, because for the first half of this year, I was not utilizing my plan time like very effectively. So I'm trying to be better about that. So my goals for plan time are to finish grading our mid-module math assessments that we did yesterday. I'm also just going to look at everything that's in our turn-in bin. This was kind of a funny week because we had Monday and the kids had Tuesday off, so we've really only had 3 days this week. So we don't have too much to take home and too much to grade today, but I'm going to look at those math tests. I'm going to just see everything that they've turned in so far. I'm gonna make sure that our little skunk craft is all laid out. And then I might start looking at next week. Our plans for next week are really easy. I feel like I've really gotten in a good system of planning because we generally do like the same kind of structure every week. So that's been going really well for us. Little update of how our morning was. We did our math the room and they absolutely loved it. So we had 30 different cards with place value all over the place. It was really funny because I thought this was going to be like a chaotic part of our day, but honestly they were so into it and it was so quiet. I just have an angelic class this year, but there's 30 of them. They're all over the place and it took us about 30 minutes or so to do our whole math the room, and I'm definitely going to be doing another one of these because they loved it. Oh my gosh, these are so cute. I'm obsessed with them. They're quite a large project in terms of size, so it kind of took up quite a bit of space, but these skunks are so cute, and the black and white and pink totally matches my color scheme, so hopefully we can keep our little skunk guys up for a while. Not everyone finished theirs, but that is okay. And I also have like a pretty small class in general. I only have 16 kids, but these turned out so cute. So it is the end of the day now. I am just kind of getting our stuff ready to go for next week a little bit. Just sitting here kind of hanging out, making sure everything is good to go. But I remembered that when I did my reading groups video, how I structure reading groups in second grade and how I start them, if you haven't already seen that, I will have it linked above in the cards and also down below. I got several comments asking about how I structure my writing time. And at the time, you know, we hadn't really done too much writing because it had only been a month of school, but this was our first like in-depth writing unit that we've done. So again, I haven't been vlogging, so I will give you a crash course right now of everything that we did. The slides for our opinion writing unit. We just ended up spending, like I said, we ended up spending about 6 days on this, just because we were just getting started, but hopefully we can do this in just the span of like 4 days or 5 days if we manage to get all of our writing done in 1 week. So with our day one, our big question was, do you think a skunk would be a good pet? And I had all the students vote on yes, they think it will, or no, they won't. And like I told you guys, it was really funny because most of the students said no, but then they changed their mind. So we did a kind of like a KWL chart, but I noticed that a lot of the times kids think that they know something, but it might not be 100% true. So this is just some notes of what they think they knew about skunks. We talked about the importance of supporting reasons and facts that support your opinion. We watched this awesome video by Teaching Without Frills. She has all of these really awesome, quick and easy videos for kids on her YouTube channel. They're only about like between 1 and 4 minutes long, so we loved that. Then on Epic, there is this read aloud, which is Sassafras, and it is just a fictional book all about a skunk, but that was really fun. We read this and we took a couple of notes about what happens to the skunk. And then Lollipop. Lollipop was the highlight of this entire unit. Shout out to my coworker for finding this, because my students, the love that they have for Lollipop was actually insane. We watched a different Lollipop video every single day, and sometimes a couple of them like multiple times a day. So I think having some kind of engaging aspect of a writing unit is always helpful for students. I found that especially this year, having a bunch of kiddos who haven't been at school really since kindergarten, or some of them came for a little bit in first grade, but most of it was online. A lot of them are really hesitant to write. They don't really like writing. So having something to get them excited about it, like Lollipop, was awesome. After that, we began taking notes, which this was actually really enlightening. I found that a lot of my students had never had experience like watching or reading something and taking notes at the same time. So this was definitely some deep dive into annotating. So we took out our black writing journals. And then I talked about how we have to label our notes, and then we did several bullet points on our notes. So what we did was I did it in 2 different ways. So I assigned this nonfiction book called You Stink on Raz Kids. That's just what my district uses for books and for reading, and a lot of the times I use it for reading groups too. So I assigned this to them, and all of my students who are on grade level or above read this because it's a level, I think it's a J. So most of my students could read this on their own and take notes. Scaffolded it by reading the first 2 pages with them and then taking some notes and showing them how we don't need to take notes on everything, just the things that we feel are the most important. And then I sent them off on their way, and then I continued to read and annotate with my students who were not able to read the book on their own. So that went really well. Moving on to the second day, we reviewed our big question. Again, do we think a skunk is a good pet? Yes or no? Reviewed what we already know. Talked about how we need to continue to find reasons to support our opinion, which is exactly where our notes came in. So we were really connecting our learning that way. Discussed making a plan, some more Lollipop videos, and then we took a couple more notes based off of our Lollipop videos as well. So at this point, we were really able to jump into day 3. We had decided if we wanted to write about them being a good pet or a bad pet, and then we started writing our plan. So when it came to making a plan, I got this idea from a team teacher of mine, and I absolutely loved it. Basically, the students just fold the paper once and then fold it twice, and then they have their little outline. So the first section, green, is their topic sentence. They will write in a complete sentence, their topic sentence, their first reason, some supporting details to help boost their first reason, their second reason, supporting details again, their third reason, supporting details again, and then their conclusion. So we talked about this, how we do this, and then we also used the notes that we had about our skunks to put this all together. So our outline, my example turned out a little bit like this. In my opinion, a skunk would be a great pet. Doctors can take off the musk. Then I don't need to worry about getting sprayed. Skunks are very calm animals. It won't make a mess all over my house. Skunks can be trained to walk on a leash. I can take my skunk with me when I go on walks. As you can see, skunks will make great pets. So this was an awesome outline for us. The third day, we spent the whole time on making these. For the third day, we did our outline and our brainstorm. The 4th day, they completed their rough draft. On the 5th day, I edited it with them, and we had some conferences about where we felt like we could fix it, change it, where we can add commas. I fixed their spelling. And then on the 6th day, which was today, they finished their neat sheets. So I use their rough draft and I call it a sloppy copy. So they just put everything on there, we mark it up, we edit it with the red and blue pens, and then they make their neat sheet, which is their final. I gave them an example of what a final should look like, so not writing in the little margins, making it clear and legible, and they did such a good job. Even some of my students with some really, really poor handwriting made fabulous neat sheets, or the best of their ability at least. And then we did our little craft to go with it. So that was our writing unit. Again, just a quick and easy rundown of what we did for our first official writing unit. Next week we are jumping into a new one, which will have some new topics. I'm gonna try out a different graphic organizer. As much as I loved this, I found another one that I created with one of my coworkers that I'm interested in checking that one out and seeing if that is easier for them. We'll see next week what ends up working out with that. I haven't totally decided what our writing topic for opinion writing will be next week, but I'm hoping that I can do a whole weekly vlog next week, so stay tuned for that. All right, my friends, so it is about 4:30 on Friday. It is time for me to head out. I made all my master copies for next week. I didn't do the full class set, but there's no way I'm gonna be doing that right now. But I'm feeling pretty good and confident and ready to go for next week. And yeah, it was so good talking to you guys. It was so good getting to vlog again. Sometimes it's hard when you get out of the practice of it, but hopefully I will be able to film next week as well. I need to start getting here earlier and just getting my butt in gear so that way I can keep up with this, but I do love it and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave it a like and comment down below how your year is going. I would love to catch up with you all and see how you've been over the last month. And like I said, I hope to have another video up next week, so stay tuned for that. Bye everyone.